Hi guys, today we're talking about the legendary Acid 303 sound that we've all heard of. We'll be using this guy over here today, the Behringer TD3. The TD3 comes pretty close enough to the original. Quick history, originally released in 1981 by this man over here, Tadao Kikumoto. First created as a bassline synthesizer, but unfortunately failed as a bassline synthesizer and was later picked up by Chicago house DJs who tweaked the machine enough to create the acid, squelchy, liquid sound that we've all heard of. And today that's used by the other legendary techno DJs, Adam Beyer, Charlotte DeWitt, Amelie Lenz, and many more. Let's check it out and jump into the door. Right guys, so let's write some acid leads. So there's many ways of doing it. If you don't have the analog gear, I'll show you another method how to create the acid sound within Serum. One of the easiest ways is create your one bar and you draw in 16 notes. So you just write in your 16 notes. This track is in F minor. So let's go low on the low one there. So this way is a bit like programming the actual TD3 synth with a 16-note sequencer. You write in your notes. Let's copy that across. I have the TD3, which is being triggered by the MIDI on my DAW in Cubase. To do this, to set the TD3 up, all you have to do is hold down the combination buttons like that, and then you select USB, and it's flashing on USB. So now it will be synced to the USB MIDI. So you write in some notes. What you do is you get rid of some of them, like this, like that. And then from there, in the same key, you just write in, copy this across. And then we have something like that. And on the TD3, I've got the distortion on. Waveform is in saw wave. Distortion turned up. The level quite high. And obviously the resonance turned up quite high to bring out the squelch. And you would need it in right mode. You can have the notes, some of them gliding over, which triggers the signature acid sound where you have the notes gliding into the next note. Let's do another one over here. So that triggers the Portamento. On these higher notes, you can change the velocity, put them up. And from there you can shorten some of these ones at the bottom. Maybe shorten those. And what you're trying to do is create a sort of question and answer with your melodies. So from the one bar loop, let's see if we can just change up some of these notes in between, make it more interesting. One up. Let's do another one over here. Maybe make these two glide a little bit over. So that's sounding a bit better. So from the one bar, extend this into two. Copy that across. We can copy it across into a 4-bar loop. And then change up some of these notes. Let's copy that across. Let's change these endings of this part and that part. This one over here, let's put that down. And then that one we can put up into A. Let's see if it works. Maybe G sharp is better. Sounds like that works better. So from here, you have a 4-bar loop, which actually is enough to extend into your 16-bar loop. And then obviously in between, you can add filter cuts and that sort of thing. So that we can extend into the 8 or the 16-bar. And already it's sounding pretty good. Let's see what it sounds like with the kick and bass. Let's copy that across and see what it sounds like in this loop I have going. Copy that there. Let's loop this bit. Already sounding pretty cool. So already sounding pretty cool. And that is without any added processing on the TD3. That's just straight out from the audio here into my sound card. So obviously you can add in, external processing, add in delays, reverbs, that sort of thing. So within Cubase, let's record in and just add some record in from the TD3. And to do that, you just create an audio channel over there, set your input as your instrument, and I've got it labeled as TD3, and let's just record in some of this acid sound. So I've added on some effects, recorded in from the MIDI, and what we've got is Pro Q3, cut those low ends, boosted a little bit on the highs there, Quadrafuzz for some saturation, Valhalla reverb, not too much reverb though. Then I've got a delay, a little bit of delay. Pro Q after that, just to roll off those super lows. And then just to keep it in sync with the beat, a little bit of sidechain effect, which keeps it a bit more in sync with the kick and bass. And then I'm using Meta Filter just as like a filter type thing, which you can record in extra filter cuts. So that's one way to create the acid lead sound. That's obviously using the TD3. If you don't have the analog gear, I'll show you another method how to create the acid sound within Serum. Let's check that out. So to create that acid sound using Serum 2, this is what you do. Open up your Serum, And you want to start with a single oscillator, either saw or square. I've just gone with the saw square preset in there. Then add a filter. And let's see what I've got here. We go with acid ladder. That's great for filtering. Next, what you want to do is, because the TB303 is monophonic, you want to set your voices to 1. Or you can just click the mono button there. The filter's added as acid filter. Increase the resonance. Then what you want to do is add an envelope. Add some effects on that. You want to add distortion. Go back to that. What you can do is take the envelope and add it onto the cutoff. Also activate legato, so you get the glide sound from your MIDI. Go back into our 16-note sequence. Copy that across. Let's see what we've got. And then just tweak away with your resonance, cutoff. Add on some reverb. Add the rest of the track. So there you go, guys. That's how you make acid in Serum 2. If you've gotten this far in the video, I appreciate you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.